So, welcome students to one more exciting class of excellent tutorials. Today we are going to learn one more beautiful chapter of your subject biology, and let me share my screen. What is the subject? You can see. So, can anyone tell me what is the name of the chapter? Is my screen visible? Yes, management of natural resources. We are going to learn. The name of the chapter is Management of Natural Resources. So here in this chapter, as the name suggests, the name is resources. We are going to learn about resources in this chapter. So first we will try to understand what are the type of resources, and what is the need of managing them. What is the need of, like, why do we need to manage it? What are the okay, so let us next start with the first one, that is resources. What is resource? Anything which is utilized by us, that is called uh, that comes under the category of resources. For example, this pen which I use in my daily use, this will be a resource for me because I use it. Similarly, the laptop, the pen, and like all the things, tablets, in your daily category, in your daily days, in the daily life which you use, comes under the category of resources. Okay, understood? Okay, good. So have you written down all the name of the chapter? Management of natural resources. Yes, good. That's great. So now let us move on to the types of resources. There are basically, depending upon the usage of resources, it is categorized into two parts: the natural resources and, of course, the other one, artificial resources. Artificial resources, what are artificial? As the name suggests, the artificial resources comes under the category of man-made resources. Man-made resources means, of course, which is not available for us by nature, but is made by human beings, which we are not going to understand in detail in your course in this chapter. In this chapter, we are going to learn about the natural resources which is provided by nature to us. So, are you all ready to move on to this part? That is, what are natural resources? Okay, good. So here, first is, what are natural resources? As I told you, natural resources are the resources available in nature to the human beings and the animals and other organisms, of course. Example, as you can see here, it is given like air, water, sunlight, soil, minerals, forest, wildlife, etc. All these things, all these resources comes under the category of natural resources. Uh, Again, I'm repeating: air, which we breathe, for example, water, which we use for our daily life, and of course, in bigger criteria also, sunlight is important for all organisms. Soil, on which we live, which is present on land. Minerals, like coal, petroleum, natural gas, etc., etc., which are used by us in different things and like objects and materials in our life. Forest, where wildlife and plants are present, and of course wildlife itself. Okay, so we are going to learn all of this one by one in short in this chapter. So next is the types of natural resources. So can anyone tell me what are the two types of natural resources, as you can see here in this slide? Yes, first is renewable resources. So what are renewable resources? Renewable resources, as you can see here, renewable yeah, renewable resources are the resources, as you can see here, which can be replenished. Means which can be reproduced, which can be reproduced for us when it is finished in a short interval of time. Again, back, it can be recovered. it can be recovered back. The examples are air. Of course, air is available for us throughout our life. And water, sunlight, forests. As you can see, these also comes under the category of renewable resources. Next is non-renewable resources, the second type of natural resources. What are non-renewable natural resources? Which cannot be replenished, opposite of renewable resources. Okay, let me clear my drawings which I have done so far. Yes, non-renewable resources which cannot be replenished back. Okay, in just as it can be replenished, but it will take time. It takes a long period of time. Like as I told you, the minerals which we use in our daily life, like here it is written, coal, petroleum, natural gas, metals, all these comes under the category of non-renewable resources. Okay, non-renewable resources. Why? Because they take millions of years to form, to reproduce back. Nature takes lots of time, very big, lot of number of years to recover it back. So obviously this is the main reason why do we need to manage the natural resources. Okay, why do we, what is the need of managing while using them? So in short, I just want to tell you this is the first reason, that it takes lots of time to replenish back, and other reasons are as you already are being aware about, the like the pollution and the waste material, the pollution which is being caused by human beings in the nature, and by using by doing different activities, by using the resources and the waste materials which are produced due to by using different resources which are dumped in our localities, in our areas where we live. You can see lots of waste materials. These harm a lot to our nature also, and they have lots of adverse effects. We will study all of them one by one. So now next what we have, just a minute. Yes. Next we have the natural resources. As you can see here, this is the pictorial representation of natural resources. As I told you, for example, like forests and water, sunlight, soil, wildlife, birds, animals, plants, trees, and of course the minerals are all, these all are shown here in the pictorial form. Okay. Okay, great. So I hope you all are writing down also together what we are learning so far. Yes, good. That's great. So now we will move on to next part, that is how to manage the resources. Okay.